Hi everybody and welcome on bassworkshop.com. I'm Giovanni Perin and today I would like to show you some easy exercises in order to build your improvising skills. So it's really difficult to study improvisation because you cannot prepare really something. In fact, during the performance there are many different things that are going on simultaneously that may change the direction of a tune. For example, the drummer may change the rhythm, may play double time, or the piano player may play some changes, maybe some cluster or some counterpoint that you are not comfortable with, or maybe they inspire you something new that you never played before. So you cannot really study improvisation, but you can study some techniques in order to be prepared to play on top of every band and every situation. The first rule that I try to follow when I improvise is that I try to be as melodic as I can. Usually, a good melody is a melody that you can sing, and if I sing something, it's probably going to move in two directions. The first direction is the direction of the key of the tune. So let's say the tune is in C major. There are going to be a lot of notes that belongs to the C scale. So the first thing I want to make sure that I know the scale of the tune that I'm playing. And the second rule is that probably there are gonna be some chord tones in my melody. What are the chord tones? The chord tones are the notes that are borrowed from the chord that I'm playing when I'm comping. So let's say, for example, that the tune is in C major and the first three chords are D minor, G7, and then C major 7, right? So I want to build a good melody. The tune is in C major, so I'm gonna play something in C major, and I'm not talking about modes here because, as you may know, I don't really like thinking about modes. I think that this is too far away and it's really complicated, so I prefer to stay simple and melodic. If you play melodically, then the listener will really, will really be pleasured by your music, because people expect some good melodies, actually. At least that is what I think. So in D minor, I still play C major, and also in G7, and also in C major, of course. So let me give you an example. I will comp myself with some basic third and seven in the left hand, and I will play some melodies. Right? So I try to be as melodic as possible and as simple as I can in order to be really, on top of every situation. But the first thing that we said is that there are gonna be some chord tones, and in order to be able to play on top of chords, there are some exercises that you can do. The first exercise is to play quarter note and just play chord tones, but not as an arpeggio like this. I mean, this is good for studying, but if you want to improvise, you need to upgrade a bit this exercise. And so what you want to do is you want to move to the nearest chord tone of the following chord. So meaning that this is D minor, I end up on C, and the nearest chord tone in G is B or D. So I want to play something like this. For example. And it doesn't matter the direction, you can go down and then up, or go but the important thing is that you want to move diatonically from one chord to the other. Sometimes there are even some common notes. For example, G and C, they have two common tones, right? So, right? So in C major 7 we have G and B. So we can use G and B borrowed from G7, right? So and the second exercise that I want you to do is, of course, to play on top of the chords, but changing the rhythm. So not always chord tones and quarter notes, but also chord tones and whatever rhythm comes to my mind. So and then the other exercise that I want you to do is to add some passing notes. So what are the passing notes? The passing notes are the notes that are not in the chord. So we are in C major, so C, E, B, C, E, G, and B, they're gonna be the passing notes on D minor. So basically I'm gonna play a bit of chords and a bit of a scale, right? And I mix the chord and the scale together. Remember, I'm not talking about modes here. I'm talking about just playing on top of C major, because C major is the tonality, is the key of the tune, right? So I'm gonna play something like this. So chord tone, passing, chord tone, for example. Chord tone, passing, chord tone, passing, passing, chord tone, passing, passing. Right? And then of course, once you are really good in this exercise, you can start changing the quality of the chords and adding some extensions. So you can add the ninth, and you can add, for example, you can add whatever, the sharp 5, for example, and sharp 9 for the G7. But you know, I'm still thinking in C major, and then I add some notes in order to change a bit the color. So this is the result. So chord tone. Now I add the sharp 5, the sharp 9, and the flat 9 on my G chord, for example. So try to build your impro technique step by step, adding always something. But please try to be focused on simple things that can be, for example, quarter notes, or can be 8 notes or triplet. Don't try to be too fancy at the beginning, because you just need to move your hand through the chord, through the changes, and you want to be as melodic as possible. The last exercise that I want you to do is a free exercise, so no tempo. You just have to sing a melody and try to play what you are singing with your instrument, because sometimes the hand are playing what they want, they don't play what you want, and then you end up playing just patterns, and maybe you end up playing fast arpeggios and fast scales, but this is not really music, this is just exercises. So in order to improve your improvisational skills, you want to be able to sing what you play. There are some players, for example, Stephen Harris, he's singing what he plays, and you know, it doesn't have necessarily, it has to be 100% correct, because it's really difficult to sing and play, also because we are not singer, and or at least I'm not a singer. So I would say, in my case, I play 85% of what I have in my mind, and 50% of patterns or thing that have in my hand because of my practice. So I would like to reach the point where I can really play 100% what I want, but it's really a long way. So let's try to play a melody on C major, but without having nothing in mind. So this is a C, and I start really slow, taking my time, try to sing, and I try to sing stepwise. So no really big intervals, because then I will be probably lost. So Of course, is a kind of a free tune what I try to build here. But if you do it every day, then you will notice that when you play on top of changes, you will hear some melodies, and those are your own melodies. Those are melodies that comes from yourself. Probably something that you already heard somewhere, but at least it's something fresh. So I hope this lesson was helpful. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to my Facebook page. I also have an Instagram page. So if you want, you can also send me an email. And if you have some doubt, please don't hesitate to write a comment below, and I will be interested in answering all your questions. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye.